This is becoming a professional bass player. My name's Deborah, and this is the video journal of my career transition. Did you think you were in a jazz bar just then? If so, that's not just because of what I was playing on the bass, but because of this little low lamp I've got here that I bought for some of the tables at the Fickle Pickle, where we will be filming our promo for Truly Red on Sunday. And I've bought, they don't have any plugs, they're LED and rechargeable. And they're designed to create a sort of low lighting and an intimate mood as we do our Truly Red promo reel. We've got 14 songs to play. I've realised actually that filming promo reels makes me quite stressed, probably the most stressed that I get on this journey, because there's such an awful lot to coordinate, and you've got one shot that day, and it's not just the amount of things, it's the amount of money and the amount of time, so everything sort of converges on that day. I've got 6 musicians. I've got sound and lighting engineers. I've got a videographer and photographer there. They come as a package, Colin and Bridget, they're fantastic. I've also got all the costumes, not just the costumes, but also the props as well. So it's just a lot in my head, and that's before we get to the music, organising the clicks and the cues, and getting a new drummer up to speed. So, and if we don't get something good on that day, all that effort it's not wasted, but I couldn't afford to do it again. So it's a relatively risky day. That being said, I've got a fantastic team. So I should really be able to relax and remember that. And as I'm talking to you, I am remembering that. I have full confidence in my musicians, in my sound and lighting team, in Colin and Bridget, in Martha, who's providing the props. And I've asked her also to be wardrobe mistress on Sunday, because my memory for things is sometimes, there's sometimes a few things that I'll forget. So Martha's going to make a full list of what everybody's wearing and make sure all of that is brought along. And I'm delighting in some of the props that we've made. So Martha is working on a wall of jazz greats. So I looked at some of the people that influenced Mick Hucknall and Simply Red, and also just a list of, we're supposed to be, we're going to turn the Fickle Pickle into a jazz club. So we looked at things that are sort of signposts that you're in a jazz club: low lighting, velvet, and a wall of photographs. So we've printed off like Charlie Mingus, Wayne Shorter, who else is on the list? Thelonious Monk, Ray Charles, Aretha Franklin, because she was such a big influence on Mick Hucknall, Chet Baker. Did I say Charlie Parker? They're all up there. Martha has gone to the charity shop and got loads of frames that she's cleaned up and repainted and made to look beautiful. Then she has printed out proper photographs of all of these jazz greats at Snappy Snaps in the different sizes to match the frames. And then I said, it'd be good to have them autographed, thinking that Martha would just sign them, Charlie Parker, what have you. But she's actually traced onto them their actual autographs. So it's as if they've come to that jazz bar. I can't wait to see what they look like finished. We've got, when you see it in the video, it will look lovely because it will be beautifully lit, and Colin will zoom in on the wall of photographs, and you'll think that you're in a jazz bar. But actually, our lovely decorator, Rolly, came round the other day, and he had an old plasterboard. And Martha was eagle-eyed and said, we could use that. Can when you're done with it, can we have it? So we've got the old plasterboard, which we will be draping a velvet piece of fabric over, and then nailing in and hanging up the pictures, the jazz portraits. So you'll know what's underneath. It's all temporary. But I think it's going to look really splendid. And Martha went round all the antique shops and second-hand shops, and she found little poker dice and a decanter, a cut glass decanter. What else did she find? Lots of little props. So when you see the finished product, have a look out for those, and you'll see Martha's work. That she's helped me make it look like a jazz bar. And then she's also helped me make the costumes. So there's 2 costumes for Georgina, our saxophone player. There's 2 costumes for Mark, and I've got 2 costumes just because. And a lot of those were sourced from a mixture of what we've got at home and charity shops and what have you, because we need a look that's quite 80s and a look that's quite 90s. So we're going to pick the Men and Women album and the Stars album, obviously, and create those looks. And today I've got to organise the Fickle Pickle. I'm really excited. It's had a revamp and a refresh. Liam has got so many lights in there. It's like Piccadilly Circus. I can't wait to see all the different variations that we can use. I think they've got smoke machines in there as well. It's really going to be a showcase of Fickle Pickle capabilities. And we've got a star curtain in there. So there'll be a backlit star curtain. Now, personally, I have seen one too many band videos with a star curtain at the back, 4 blokes, either all dressed in black or dressed like Peaky Blinders in a studio making really what for me is quite a bland video. So we do have a star curtain because that's pertinent to Simply Red and Stars, but that is probably the only similarity there will be between our video and that kind of video. No offense if you're watching and you've got one of those videos, those are perfectly serviceable in terms of showing your work. But I need to show the theatricalities of what we're doing. We're not just, it's a 6-piece band, and there's a high performance values with Truly Red and all of Glitterball Productions. So that needs to be reflected. So anyway, busy day, lots to do, and I have actually made my atomic objective of getting to you here. I didn't quite manage 8:15. There's too much to do in the house, so I need to make it 8:30 on Tuesdays and Fridays to get cracking on my film. But I have to say it's been much easier now. It's organised and scheduled, and I'm thinking about what I'm going to do for the next one. So I'm going to be back here on Tuesday, and I'll probably be telling you how it went. So fingers crossed for us all, for a good day on Sunday. You take care. Bye-bye.